Hello and welcome to my workshop. On today's episode, I'll be using technology to shrink my Iron Man helmet so we can fit it in resin. So I guess you might be asking yourself, how is he going to do that? Well, let me explain. But the first thing I need to do is get this helmet off because it's bloody hot in here. That's better. So the first thing I need to do is place my helmet on a turntable, just like that. Then I can take my Otter scanner and start scanning the helmet. Now, since this helmet looks just like a face, I've selected face in the software, geometry, high quality, and yes to excluding the base. So now all I have to do is grab my scanner, hit the play button, and we can start scanning our helmet. So I've now finished the scan. You can see here I have a little bit of cleanup to do on the side of the helmet, nothing too major. But apart from that, it has turned out really good. It's picked up all the detail in the lines. On the top there, it looks really good. So the next thing I need to do is slice that, and then I'll be able to 3D print it and make it the size that I want. I'll quickly show you guys how I get rid of these unwanted pieces. All I have to do is click lasso, hold shift, and then just draw myself a circle around it. It's going to turn it red, then I hit delete, and it's gone. So now we've got our helmet all nice and cleaned up. I just need to click one-click process up here, and it'll take care of everything else for me. So now that our one-click process is finished, we'll be able to give it a slice and then 3D print it. So now that I've got the sliced file on the USB stick, all I need to do is hit print, select my file, and as you can see, I've got 6 of them lined up. The next thing I need to do is throw some resin inside the vat there, then we can hit start and get printing. Here's a bit of an update. We're 61% of the way through. We've got an hour and 41 to go. It's currently 6:30, so we should be done at about 8 o'clock. So it is now 20 past 10, and I forgot all about my 3D printer. But they are all finished, and I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow now to clean these up. It's now the next day. I need to get my helmets off the build plate and give them a wash. I've just got some water in my container here. I use water washable resin so it's nice and easy. And then once that's done, I'll be able to cure them using my UV light. Wow, they've turned out really nice. Wow, they stuck really good. All right, let's get them into the wash. So now that all the helmets are washed, I'm just going to clean up these supports a little bit, and then we can cure them under the lamp. So now that all my helmets are set, the next thing I'm going to do is take some sandpaper and give them a clean up. So now that I have my helmet all sanded, the next thing I need to do is give it a spray with some primer, and then we can add some colour. So while I'm waiting for that paint to dry, I figured I should make a start on my base. I've got a silicone mould here. I've picked out a couple of colours, red and gold. Now to do that, I'll be using epoxy resin. This is art cast and it's mixed at a ratio of 3:1. Now the reason I put rubber bands around it is because this is a split mould. Now I want this base to be mainly red with just a hint of gold. Okay, now all I need to do is pop this in the pressure pot to cure overnight. Now while that resin is in the pot curing, I wanted to ask you guys a question. Now you've all seen me use my scanner to scan Nicole's face. I've scanned Courtney, I've scanned Elliot, and I've 3D printed all of them. What do you guys think I should scan and print next? Let me know in the comments. Now let's get back to this build. Looks like the primer's all dry. It's time for the top coat. I'm now going to leave the helmet to dry before we add any gold, so in the meantime I'm going to continue working on the base. So now that I have my base, the next thing I'm going to do is Dremel out the side so my helmet fits, and then we can give it a paint. I've decided that I'm going to apply some mirror gold finish to the top of this, so the next thing I need to do is apply some watered down tacket. So now that we have our nice shiny base, we can get back to painting the helmet. So I've now finished painting. What do you guys think? Do you reckon it looks all right? It was definitely made easier by using one of these handles. If you guys want to check them out for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description. Now, even though it was made easier with the handle, I still struggled a little bit because I am a bit shaky. So I think what I might do next is hide my crimes a little bit. And to do that, I'm going to take some sandpaper and just scuff it up. It's also going to make it look like it's been to battle. So the way to do that is basically imagine taking this helmet and dropping it on the ground or bumping against a wall or things like that, and picture where you think that might hit. So basically all these hard edges and anything that's protruding like the front here. So I'm just going to take my sandpaper, give it a little scuff. That way it looks like Tony's actually worn it. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. Now there is one more thing I want to do before we cast this in resin, and that is I want to seal it with a clear coat. And after looking at the original, I feel like this has a bit of a satin finish. So I've got myself some satin clear. We're going to give it a spray, and then once it's dry, we can stick it to the base and then cast it in resin. So my helmet is now officially finished. I think it looks absolutely amazing. I'm really happy with how it turned out. So the next thing I'm going to do is glue it to my base. Now I'm going to do that with some 5-minute epoxy. Now because this glue will most likely ooze out, I figured why not make it a feature? So I'm going to add some phantom black. I need to give you guys a bit of an update because the minute I glued that helmet down, I didn't like the black at all. So I went over it with some mirror gold pigment, and now it looks like the helmet is rising out of the base and it looks 100 times better. It is now time to grab our base, glue it in our casting cup, then we can mix some resin, pour it inside, throw it in the pressure pot, and then watch it on pot cam. So it looks like I might have had a reaction between the resin and the clear coat on the helmet. And it kind of looks like this helmet has been lost for millions of years and it's just been uncovered because it looks like it is covered in dust. And I kind of like it. And that's my backstory, and I'm sticking to it. So I think the next thing I need to do is get it out of this cup, get it onto a waste block. We'll turn it, sand it, polish it, and then we can have a good look at this base, because right now it just looks really red. But after we've sanded and polished it, it's going to look completely different. If you guys want to check out any of the things I used in today's episode, all the links will be in the description, like the scanner, the painting handle, the resin, it's all there. Now, one other quick thing, if you guys did enjoy this video, help an Aussie creator out and hit that like button. But please only do it if you feel this video deserves it. Now let's take a look.